exemplary correction officers, Sam Poloche and Alden Elliott, who were simply doing their duty to protect the public that they served with honor.
It's because of them that, I and all of us can get up every day and go about our lives. We know our children are safe. We're safe because these guys take care of us and protect us every day.
And the most that I can ask of our community is that we honor and respect them for all the work that they've done, all the work that we will do to make it possible for our city to be safer.
This afternoon, we are honoring the fallen. Today is the final service for one of the fallen officers in the Shannon Park shooting. Department of Corrections investigator Samuel Poloche is being honored and remembered today. Poloche, as we've told you, was one of 4 law enforcement officers who died in the line of duty in a shootout in East Charlotte back on April 29th, 2 weeks ago today. And now we are waiting for his celebration of life service to begin. That is scheduled in about a half an hour at 1 p.m. at First Baptist Church in Uptown. But this is a live look at a procession that will carry his body to the church there. You can see bagpipes and cars and everything waiting to lead him to that church in Uptown. And so that will be getting underway any moment now. And of course, we're going to bring that to you live once that procession starts rolling out. But we're going to go out live now to Queen City News reporter Casey Jones, who is outside First Baptist Church. Casey, where that procession will end. And we checked in with you about a half an hour ago, and people from law enforcement just to well-wishers were already starting to gather outside the church there.
That's right. Since we've checked in last with you, we've been noticing more law enforcement agencies come through. I've seen different sheriff's offices from all across the state. I'll step out of the way and give you a look at the entrance here. One of the things that has struck me is it appears to be that North Carolina Department of Corrections investigator Samuel Poloche's family is here. It looks like there's a lot of family members here, and when they arrive, they are walking through this line of law enforcement officers that have lined the driveway here at First Baptist Church. This, in the next few minutes, we are expected to see the bagpipes and the marchers come down to escort the body of Investigator Poloche to First Baptist Church, where a memorial service will happen at 1 o'clock. We've been covering these now for more than a week, since April 29th, when 4 officers were killed in a shootout. Investigator Poloche is the 4th officer to be remembered in this type of ceremony. He's the 2nd one to have his service here at First Baptist Church, where, as you can see, some of the law enforcement here has lined this driveway. People are also already in the church sitting down. And like I said, it's been a lot of family members here. The last time I checked in with you, we saw 3 limousines worth of family that came in here. And I'm sure that they could feel the love and support from fellow law enforcement agencies here. That's the first thing that they're seeing as they come here to the church. We are starting to hear the bagpipes now, which is an indication that the procession will start any moment now. About a quarter of a mile down the street at the police department, that is where law enforcement agencies are lined up, and they will be a part of the procession to lead Investigator Poloche's body here to the funeral home. We are starting to see them come down the street right now. The bagpipers are in the front. There are also people holding flags. This is a memorial service with military honors for Investigator Poloche, who gave the ultimate sacrifice on April 29th when he was killed in a shootout. He leaves behind his wife of 22 years, 2 sons, one's 18, the other 21 years old. And we will continue to bring this procession to you out here live. I'll send it back to you all in the studio.
All right, Casey, thank you. And this procession, not really expected to be a very long one. They're coming just a short distance, making their way to First Baptist Churches. Casey mentioned there, we can hear the bagpipes, we can see them, these high military honors leading the way here to the church in Uptown. You can see the casket being drawn by horses. We saw a very similar scene with CMPD officer Joshua Iyer, who was laid to rest more than a week ago, and at the very same place. And we brought that memorial service to you live here on Queen City News. Very heartfelt, not a dry eye, at least I can say in the studio, and I know in the church as well. And we do need to note that that service for Investigator Samuel Poloche is open to the public, but it is not open to the media, and there will not be a live stream. So we will not be inside that church to bring that to you, and the church is not streaming that service for the privacy of the family. So this procession is making its way into Uptown as we speak right now. You can hear the helicopters overhead, multiple law enforcement agencies from all over the country out here to honor that investigator who died more than 2 weeks ago, exactly 2 weeks ago today, serving that warrant as part of the U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force in East Charlotte. The suspect opening fire on those marshals, killing 4, including a CMPD officer, and injuring many others. So we're just going to take a live look over an aerial view here from one of our drones, where you can see that procession making its way to the church here. And we'll just kind of give you an idea of the sights and sounds for just a moment as they make their way to the church. All right, you are taking multiple live looks over the funeral procession for NC Department of Corrections investigator Samuel Poloche. You can see he is being carried in his casket via a horse-drawn carriage there, and they are making their way up to the entrance of First Baptist Church in Uptown. It is the very same place where we saw funeral services for CMPD and Officer Joshua Iyer not too long ago. It has seemed like an eternity for the Charlotte community. This shooting that caused all of this to happen, happening exactly 2 weeks ago today in East Charlotte. And, you know, we never really learned any. These are officers and investigators who weren't in the public eye, and now we are all just learning their names because of this horrific event. But a little bit about investigator Sam Poloche that we have learned. He was 42 years old, and he was a member of the NC Department of Corrections since 2013. He leaves behind his wife of 22 years, Cielo, and 2 kids who are 21 and 18. Samuel Xavier, who, from what I've seen online and through his friends and family, just went by Xavier, and Gavin. He was originally born in Valencia, Venezuela, and came to the U.S. with his family when he was just 9 months old. And he grew up in Orlando, Florida. And from what we can gather here, he has a big family with 8 aunts, 9 uncles, and countless cousins. And many of them, as our Casey Jones has reported, coming from Venezuela to be here for this somber event. A beautiful and somber look live over First Baptist Church in Uptown Charlotte. You can see a local fire department has hung the American flag over their ladders. Just a hero's send-off for someone who risked their lives for others and for us 2 weeks ago today during that shootout in East Charlotte. A little bit more about investigator Samuel Poloche. He graduated from the University of North Carolina, Pembroke in 2009, and he started as a parole officer in Richmond County Adult Probation, where he served from 2009 to 2013. He then joined the Department of Corrections in 2013 and was later offered a task force position, and that is what brought him to the Charlotte area. And we apologize for the shaky camera here. We're just trying to give you the best view and the best look at so many law enforcement officers from all over the country, even the public, lining the entrance here at First Baptist Church in Uptown to send off investigator Samuel Poloche. I'm going to let that breathe for just a minute and see what happens here, and we'll continue to stay on this as he's being honored. The flag just waving here in the wind, and it can't be said enough what a somber day this is and just how many have come out to support the Poloche family. Let's listen in just for a minute. All right, taking a live look from our drone operators in uptown Charlotte at First Baptist Church, where you can see people are starting to file into the church for that memorial service honoring investigator Samuel Poloche, who died tragically 2 weeks ago today in a shootout in East Charlotte. This will be the fourth and final service held for officers and investigators who were killed that day while trying to serve a warrant with the U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force. We just showed you Samuel Poloche, who was with the Department of Corrections and also on that fugitive task force. His casket being drawn by horses and then carried in to the church, where that service will get underway at around 1 o'clock, and that service will not be live streamed via the church. The family has asked for privacy. It is open to the public, so the public is able to go in there and pay their respects, but media has not been invited inside, so we will not be carrying that service and bringing it to you as we have with CMPD officer Joshua Iyer. We will not be bringing that to you live on the air, and there will not be a live stream, so respecting the family's privacy in this moment. But again, that funeral and memorial service is expected to get underway at 1 o'clock. There will then be a procession that will take investigator Samuel Poloche to his final resting place in Monroe. But a very somber scene outside here, bagpipes, the horse-drawn carriage, and of course the big American flag, courtesy of the local fire departments.